Hello,
Hello.
how are you, Mr. Jan?
Hello, I'm well, Yusuf. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you so much. Today we have Mr. Jan from Borusan Otomotiv, right? Do I say correctly?
Yes, that's correct.
That's great. First, I want to speak about you. We have little information about you that you have graduated from TED Ankara College and Middle East Technical University from electric and electronics engineering. And
That's
something really great, as I'm engineers too. And you started your career in 1996, right?
that's
Is
correct.
correct. That's great. And then you traveled to a couple of countries, and then you came back to Turkey.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly right. I started my career in 1996 after
Mhm.
graduating from university. Although I have engineering background, electrical and electronics engineering, I joined the Borusan group, which I will give details about. Um
Okay.
as a management trainee during my graduation. And
Mhm.
I started working at Borusan Otomotiv at the BMW brand, and it's been now 25 years nearly. I'm still
It's
stuck
really,
with the BMW brand, which is a very good thing for me. Yeah.
yeah, but like you studied electrical engineering, so
Yusuf, can you hear
yeah,
me?
yeah. Now I can hear you.
Okay. Great. Sorry, maybe it was because of my internet connection, which is normally fine. I'm not at the office. I'm at home, but still,
Mhm.
it should be okay. Um,
It's fine, no problem. It's okay.
all right. Sorry for that. Yeah, let me. Yeah, you were talking about my engineering background, so
Yeah,
I was there. Yeah.
like how like you studied electrical engineering and suddenly you became like marketing manager. So how did it start?
Yeah, yeah. Let me give you a quick summary of that. So
Yeah,
when I
please.
joined Borusan Group, Borusan Otomotiv back in '96 as a management trainee. I had two options in front of me: working at the service area as an engineer, or right out starting in sales
Hmm.
and going through a totally different area from engineering. They offered me, thankfully, I'm very thankful that they offered me to the choice. So I started working, and I chose sales and marketing. I said that let's give it a try. If I don't like it, I can always go back to engineering. But as you can see in my in my background, I never left marketing, sales, and marketing again. I started selling cars after the orientation program of the management training.
That's great.
Started cars selling cars in retail in our dealership, and then stayed there for nearly 2 years. And then I joined the importer team after 2 years, and for nearly 6 years, I was at the importer again in the sales and marketing area. Then we decided to, with my wife, as a private decision, we decided to move to Canada. So I continued my career there, but
Hmm.
again with BMW, first in retail at a dealership, like 6 months, and then at BMW Group Canada, again in sales and part
It's
of
really
marketing
good.
product, I can say. Then back in 2011, we decided to come back to Turkey We moved back, and there was a reorganization at our company, Borusan Otomotiv, and a position really fit what I wanted. So I came back to Turkey, to Borusan, BMW in Turkey again. Most of my career I was in sales and product management. But for the last two and a half years, I'm responsible for BMW marketing in our group. So that's the story in a nutshell.
Yeah, and it's really good and like spiriting story. Like it's something like only happens in fairy tales and those things because like you studied electrical engineering and suddenly became like sales employee, and then like you became a manager in something that is totally different from what you studied. So probably it took you a lot of effort to do it.
Well, of course, there was effort. I like what I do. Probably that's the key. I love the BMW brand. I love the company that I work in. My values exactly match with the values of the company, values of the brand. So that was, I guess, a key factor in all of these decisions. And personally, I like really cars a lot, and I like talking about cars. And I really like thinking about what is next. So that really fits in a marketing role. But I deem myself lucky, and I was presented the opportunities. That's also important. Wanting and being, trying to be good at and working a lot is important. But I was lucky that I was always given the opportunity to experience new areas or new levels like management or bigger responsibilities. And when they were offered to me, I tried to fulfill them as good as I can. So that's how it worked.
Oh, it's really good. But did you study anything related to marketing or you just learned from there?
Uh, Before I graduated from engineering, I kind of felt that I will not do the core, hardcore engineering like R&D or working at an engineering company. During the management trainee applications, there was also, for example, Turkcell, which was by then a small company really trying to expand. I was also interested in telecommunications. That was the area that I selected in the last 2 years of my studies. But really, I never regretted joining the automotive sector in that regard.
Which car is your favorite car?
Of course, it's a BMW. Really, I come up with this question a lot. There are, of course, lots of nice super sport cars that you dream of, and BMW has a couple of those in their lineup. Like the new 8 Series Coupe, for example, the M8 version, M8 Coupe is a really dream car. And I had the privilege to experience those cars as well. So I'm lucky that I can live my dreams to that regard. But when I think of a practical car for really my lifestyle with family and stuff, I can really find the perfect matches in the BMW lineup. For example, the X1, X3, for example, for
X6 is like
for our current needs is a perfect car. Yeah.
Yeah, and like the best thing in BMW and Mercedes and those kind of cars, they have like all categories that you want, like the fast, the family, everything you can find it there.
Yeah, exactly. We in our model lineup, we really have different cars. Each of them are unique in terms of what they offer to their drivers and users. For every, like for families, for singles, for every way of life, there's a car. So there's actually the online tool that we are preparing to launch, which will be like find out your BMW in English, kind of, BMW Keşfet, which will be like a need analyzer when you go in there, when you enter your lifestyle interests, we will be offering the cars that fit best to your lifestyle. That will be an
It
interesting.
will be a really good idea. So, how did the corona affect the company and everything?
Well, of course, we were. It was totally surprised. Nobody predicted anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Before we come to the corona, let me give you the background, maybe from the last years, what kind of a year we entered in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Automotive sector, as you may heard, as you may know, in Turkey, reached its peak levels in 2015, 16, 17. Big sales numbers. The sector was booming. The total number of passenger cars and light commercial vehicles approached to 1 million. So that was really reflecting the potential of Turkey, and because there's a very big potential. Our per capita or per person ownership of cars in Turkey still is at very low levels, like 150 cars per person, or close to 300, including light commercial vehicles, whereas in Europe it's around 600. So there's big potential, and we were very happy to starting to fulfill that potential in those years. But then the local and global crisis came, so we were affected. Exchange rate skyrocketed, for which our sector, automotive sector, is very prone to, is very sensitive to exchange rate development because of the higher import share of cars. So when we lived the 2018 crisis in summer, we went into 2019 with huge stocks, the entire sector, not only our brands. So 2019 was really difficult in terms of staying about the about the water. So that was already a difficult year. And then all of those big investments we were making, our dealers were making nice showrooms, opening up new locations, new services. Those, of course, feasibility of those big investments became very difficult when the sales numbers dropped because of the crisis. So we were already dealing with the crisis of our own country and also the industry, because there are also the customer demand or what customer expectations from companies were also changing. So everything bad came at the same time. The crisis, automotive crisis, economic crisis, the strategy crisis that the companies were going through, old way of doing business, the new ways of doing business, high level of stocks. So it was really difficult. But at the end of 2019, when the economy started picking up, the last 3-4 months was a boom again for the market. So we sold every car in our inventory. At the beginning of the year, we were really upset. How will we sell all these cars? But when we reached the end of the year, we were begging the factory to send us more cars. So the beginning and the end of the year were totally different. So that's a good problem to have. So when we entered 2020, there were no cars in stock, and we were asking for more cars to start the year from the factories. Luckily, from this perspective, Corona started in March, but we didn't have any cars to sell in stock. So there was no big financial burden. And big problems in terms of finances of the companies, financing the business. That was a good thing to have in a crisis. That's always the case. We felt that, of course, the crises were coming. As a company, now when I look back, I see that we were a little bit preemptive, because in February, we really suspended all of our international travels. We did not go to. We frequently go to Germany, to Munich, to meet with BMW.
Because of, like, it's the main country for BMW.
Exactly, the heart of BMW is in Munich. So we suspended those travels, and we started taking our precautions. We were really early on that, and as soon as the corona hit Turkey, by mid of March, we switched to working from home. We were again lucky that we made the investments to work online or from home. That practice was already in our company, so we have flexible working schedules. we can work from home during certain days of the week. So we already had our infrastructure, the computer systems, the exchange platforms. We are using Microsoft Teams. I don't know if this will be an advertisement, but so
But it's fine. Like,
so we had all of our systems ready. So it was really easy for us from that perspective, meeting online and working from home online. We really adapted very quickly. That's how we faced the crisis.
and I think it's really something so good for the company, because I think it didn't affect the company that much. Like the loss were like something a little bit, right?
The company was not really affected because, as I said, we didn't have stock cars. But luckily, since 2019 or really 2017, we were seeing the change, not in the economy, of course. We didn't have a crystal ball, and we didn't really, of course, foresee the crisis or corona, but we were feeling about the changes in the customer behavior. So we were trying to adjust our, say, marketing strategy and company business strategy towards the new future, new customer expectations. So we built systems to really switch our business to online. So we had all those investments and websites, everything was ready. So when the crisis hit, when the customers were at home and we were all at home, we could really continue selling cars to the customers. So that was a very big advantage for us. So Yusuf, in the meantime, I would have to walk you through my house if you don't mind, because my family just informed me that they are locked out of the door. So I will just run and open the door for them. I'm really sorry about this, but this is the only way they were outside. So I managed that now. All right. Sorry.
It's okay, no problem.
Thanks for your patience. All right. Let's go back to my office.
It's okay. Take your time.
All right. Taken care of. Thank you very much. Yeah, so that was a good thing. That was a good, we were really prepared. We were lucky that we not only adapted our working schedules to the crisis mode, but our business model, sales model, and marketing model was also fitting very well to the new environment.
That's why maybe in 2017 and 2018, the profit margin decreased, right?
Yeah, when, of course, in the old business model, let's say, where we were trying to really, not only our company, we were not doing it very much, but the entire industry was trying to push cars into the market. The fleet channels, fleet cars, fleet companies were purchasing lots of cars. We were really, and the factories were also very ambitious about producing more cars and pushing them onto the markets in order to produce more cars. That was the old way of thinking in the brands as well. In Munich, for example, or in big OEMs, that was the mindset across everywhere. So, but of course, now that mindset has changed. Now we are trying to do everything differently. Now, in our strategy, we are trying to really create more value for the customers. We have, of course, in the meantime, in the last couple of years, as I said, we started changing our strategy, our business model. That also entailed writing a new mission and vision for the company. And in our vision, we said that we want to be the pioneer. And in our mission, we said that we want to create value for our stakeholders, including mainly our customers, of course, our employees, shareholders as well. But the main target was to create value. So we changed our product offer, our showrooms, all processes were revamped. Or reprocessed, let's say, according to the new normal. And since we started all of these before the corona crisis, again, we were lucky that we were able to move forward quickly.
It's something really good, but I want to ask something. Like when I saw the chart and everything, I figured out that before you were like importing more than exporting, but in the last few years, the exporting started to get increased and the importing increased with a huge number. What happened?
There are two aspects of it. First of all, Turkey is a very important country in the automotive network across the globe. So our manufacturing base, our supplier network, the production capacity, and the workforce, everything is really very suitable for automotive production. And our local manufacturing companies are really doing a great job exporting cars. Of course, today they are having difficulty because our main customers in Europe for the products cars produced here or the produced here are going through difficult times as everywhere. So today the export there's a hiccup, but it will go away. Otherwise, export will continue because Turkey is preparing itself for the locally produced electric car. All of the other brands produced in Turkey are switching their products for the products of the future, and our government is designing regulations so that the new world electrification, all the new requirements are satisfied within Turkey. So that is fueling the exports. But when you come to the cars, passenger cars especially sold in Turkey, the customers prefer models mostly that are not produced in Turkey still. It's like the share of cars imported are more than 50%. It of course fluctuates because of crisis or prices increase according to the exchange rate, but that's why the imports are increasing. So the customers are demanding more cars that need to be imported, produced in Europe, for example. But in the meantime, our production companies in Turkey are exporting more and more vehicles to other countries. So that's a fair balance. But still, as far as I know, the last time I checked, automotive industry is still giving a surplus in terms, not a deficit in terms of import export.
It's really good.
So we are in a good shape.
Okay, like which strategy do you use while like marketing, and which category do you like targeting?
You mean customer targeting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Our approach is has changed a lot. What we want to do is we want to be where the customer wants us to be. We are not anymore pushing cars. We are trying to convince the customers to buy the cars, giving them discounts or offering them cars that they really don't need. So what we are trying to do is to understand what the customer wants, and trying to be their consultant regarding their mobility needs. Not only car purchase, in after sales, insurance, financing, in whatever we can offer in their total cost of ownership mechanism, total ownership or mobility world, we want to be there. For that reason, what we are trying to do is to understand the customer purchase cycle. And generally that cycle lasts for new cars nearly at least 2 months, 2 to 3 months. So when that cycle starts when you start thinking, should I buy a new car? Should I change my car, or should I buy a car? And then mostly customers go and do their research on the cars, mostly online. So where we need to be for the customers starts with their online research. Before they come to the showrooms, they search the vehicles online. So we build a big presence online with our websites or with our social media accounts, using YouTube, everything. So we want to tell the customers that if you are searching for a car, this is our brand, these are our values, this is what we offer to you. We are not showing them the engines or anything. At that stage, we want to be one of the brands that the customers consider for their purchase. Because in that cycle, we understand that after doing their research, customers come up with 1 or 2 or maybe 3 brands for their purchase. We want to be in the first 3. first of all. So that's why we want to tell the customer that this is our brand value, this is what we offer to you. And then the customer enters into a detailed research state for those three brands, going into the model details, engines, whether it's a sedan, SUV, hatchback, what kind of options do I need? Do I need the roof rack? Do I need the seats to fold? According to their lifestyle, they go into a detailed research phase. Again, we want to be there. So we have systems, again, we have websites or pages specific or content for them to consume for their that part of the journey. And then when the customer consumes that, then they bring mostly their purchase options to two cars with the engine detail, and they know that whether they will buy a 320i or, for example, a Mercedes-Benz C-Class, and it will be a diesel or a petrol version, for example. And then at that point, what we need to show the customer, okay, you are considering a 320i, then let me show you how you can purchase it. What I offer to you is with insurance, with warranty, with the detailed options, features, how cars can benefit you in your life. So generally these two stages are true. Of course, there are exceptions, but generally this is true for the industry. So we want to be there for the customer, and we want to understand which state the customer is in. So if he is in the first state, there's no point in giving them an offer for the car. That's because that's not what the customer needs. So in our marketing strategy, we want to understand where the customer is, and we want to show them the right content about our brand and about our business. So this is the core mindset of our marketing or business strategy.
And it's really good. And as far as I remember, once I saw an advertisement on Instagram, I think so. It was about like, if you prefer BMW, there is like a place where they are gathering, and then you can try the car that you would like. And I don't remember, it was X1, something like this, or X2. And like you just need to like write your name and your phone number, and then later you can come and try.
Yeah, I'm not sure which broadcast you watched, but in Munich, in Germany, there's BMW World, BMW Welt, where it's like a brand center. You can experience cars as well. That's the heart of the brand. But in Turkey, we want to make all of our showrooms as heart of the brand. We don't have currently an experience center where we have like a driving facility, but we do partnerships with driving circuits like Istanbul Park or other event venues, where from time to time we do test drive days. So customers can sign up or come to that event, and they can drive the cars. They can try the cars themselves. But of course, at our dealerships, always our test drive fleet is ready. So whenever a customer wants to try a car, they can sign up. They can contact us through one of our channels. We can book the appointment, and they can enjoy the car that they would like to try. Now we are working on a new initiative. It is called BMW Bana Gelse. I wish BMW came to me. That will be a unique one. Just like you request some food or beverages to your home through certain applications that we always use, you'll be able to request a BMW that you choose to come to your home or to your office or to your school, to your university, to your campus, where you'll be able to try the car with one of our experts. So we are now waiving your requirement to come to a showroom, go through the traffic, or according to your schedule, we will be able to come to you. So driving is a very good, important facet of BMW brand. So you understand what BMW is when you drive it. So it's the pure sheer driving pleasure, ultimate driving machine. These are the mottos of the BMW brand, and it's not just a coincidence, because really BMW is for driving, and test drive and experience. That experience is very critical for us.
Yeah, like, and especially like for me, for example, I tried BMW before. Like, you feel like you're like in a different place while you're driving it. It's so smooth and like relaxing, and I love speed so much. So for me, it is like something really crazy.
Yeah.
I like it so much. It's like so fast. It's really great. And like, I want to ask a question. Now, like, how do you treat your employees? Like the new employee that come to you, how do you treat them and everything?
Well, employees or people in our company has always been very important. We are part of a joint venture JV, actually, Borusan Otomotiv Group. I didn't mention that. We are a Borusan Otomotiv Group is an automotive group of companies. We have BMW Group brands, BMW Mini, BMW motorcycles, and also we are importers of the JLR Group, Jaguar, Land Rover, Range Rover vehicles. We are also distributor of that. So we have 5 companies within the automotive group, but we are part of a bigger Borusan Holding conglomerate, industrial company, mainly operating in steel business, logistics, importership, distributorship, and energy sectors. So we are a big group. Borusan Holding has more than 11,000 employees and has very good systems and structures and policies for people. People are at the heart of the strategy, and it cannot be any different for the Borusan Automotive Group as being a part of that family. And our second shareholder of 50%, Borusan Holding, 50%, Giva Holding, let's say, a company in Munich, registered in Munich, has experience for 50 years for BMW business. Started in Iran and then 15 years Iran, 35 years Turkey. So they are a very valuable company. So both the values of both partners or shareholders of our group really value people. So our systems and processes, everything is according to that. So we have for the newcomers, for example, for the new hires that we welcome to our company, we have an orientation program, for example. Everyone goes through the orientation program. You not only get used to the company policies, procedures, offices, all the physical part, but also you are exposed to people. You meet with managers. I, for example, love talking to the orientation program. I would like to explain them my journey, just like I'm doing today, about what we do, how we do things. So touching people during the orientation, understanding the values, hearing the values from existing employees is a great opportunity. That's how I see it. We have flexible working structures. With the corona, of course, with the current changes, we will we are now even restructuring our workplaces, our working from home, working from office, that those procedures are being renewed as we speak. So but of course, when you look at the culture, we are a hardworking company. We love working towards targets, KPIs. So very good company to enjoy if you like achieving a lot. So achievement is important. But when you look at the employee program, of course, the best feature is to have a special price for BMW. So if you want to drive one of our cars, as an employee, if you want to purchase one, for example, we have a special program where you can have privileges in buying a BMW or a Mini or other brands. So that's also a good thing to have in the future when you start making more money and spare money for a car. There are many programs in place. So people is one of the 6 main pillars of our future. That's how we established in our strategy. Creating value, digitalization, people, sustainability. Those are kind of the values that our Borusan Automotive Group is centered around.
That's really good. And how can someone apply for a job in the company?
There are many channels, of course, but the most popular channel is through LinkedIn. Our company has a corporate LinkedIn account, Borusan Otomotiv. You can easily apply through that. But of course, any channel, you can walk into one of our facilities and fill up a form. But if you want to do it online, you can do it on our websites as well, Borusan Holding website, Borusan Otomotiv website. When you navigate through job application, you can easily find the process that you have to follow. We have also internship programs and management training programs. So the program that I went through in 1996 still exists. It has a new name. It is called Borusan Alpha. Is the name of the program. It's not only includes a trainee program, but also it also includes the internship program. So through Borusan Alpha, you can apply through a long-term internship, or through to one of the available jobs, or through a management trainee program. So when you check Borusan Alpha through Borusan Holdings website, you can right away apply for what is available for you there.
Oh, it's really great, because even for me, I'm a mechanical engineering student. So for us, it's so difficult to find an internship, especially nowadays because of Corona and those things. Everyone was like, okay, guys, we need to do an internship. I will get late. So because of Corona, everything like is going crazy. Like you cannot find anything. Everyone is saying you have to stay at home. You cannot go to work. So how are we supposed to graduate? And they're like, okay, maybe we can do an internship online. So are you thinking about doing an internship online or something?
Yeah, internship is really very, very valuable for us. I know it from the teams that I work with around me. We really value internship because it gives us a great opportunity to understand the potential person that we will be working with. In many cases, we continue working with our interns because they love our company, they want to stay, and during the internship we get along and we understand each other. It's the best way to assess and find the right person, because in the end, if they don't want to continue, they have their option. Same for the company. But I tend to see that our Borusan Alpha program is very successful. We bring in very good candidates, and mostly we continue with them through the internship program. But of course, these are difficult days. For example, we have suspended the summer internship because we have two kinds of internship: summer internship, which is really for a couple of months, but also the long-term internship for a year or for at least a couple of months, more than a couple of months.
Like 6 months.
You can still go to the school for a couple of days and come work at the office. So part-time kind of. So we are flexible on that as well. But unfortunately, we have suspended the summer internship for this year because I'm still at home, as you can see. We have been working at home. We are not going to the offices, and we are now reorganizing our offices for the comeback. As of next month and towards the end of this month, we will slowly start going back to the office with schedules. We are now trying to find out the schedules, how we go there. And in the meantime, we are organizing the physical offices, whether according to Corona requirements, social distancing and stuff. So while we are trying to figure out all of this, we do not want to risk the interns with Corona period. For that reason, we suspended the program for this year, but our, of course, long-term internship through Borusan Alpha still exists, and everybody can apply for that right now.
Even for the international students and everyone?
Yeah, international students are no different from non-international students, let's say, because as long as an international student has the right permit to work in a company in Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can get a work permit, from the company's perspective, everything else is the same. So nothing changes. Only the requirement is I'm not an international in Turkey. I'm a citizen, so I don't have have to get a permit. I can show my ID and apply for a job, or get my social insurance and everything. But for the international students, for the international employees, let's say, not only students, all we need is a valid working permit. As long as we can get that, we can apply to get for it together. I don't know the exact process. I'm sure the company can support. That's it. Nothing else changes in terms of benefits or working conditions. Everything is the same.
Okay, but for example, the international students, they only have like student resident permit. Okay, so I don't know how can they like get the working permit because they're already student. So it will like, and he's doing an internship. So is it okay, or he needs to get working permit?
Of course, I'm sure that the government may be asking for the proof of employment for that. Our company would definitely support that for a candidate that we are willing to work with, whether intern or full-time employee. I'm sure we are able to do our part on that. And we have employees in our company today who are international, not Turkish citizens. So I know a couple of friends. We can always ask, and I can inform you about how they are handling it. What's the process? But I am sure when you apply to our employment or internship, our HR teams we would guide you through that process during the application or processing of the application. I just don't have the answers readily with me, but I'm sure it's not a problem because I know colleagues.
There is international
status, yeah.
And what about the language? Do they have to speak Turkish or English, or which language?
Well, of course, the language that we use within the company is Turkish. Mainly, we do our daily exchanges in Turkish, but of course we have many exchanges with other stakeholders, mainly our OEMs like BMW Group in Germany. Everything runs in English, so everybody. So speaking English, being fluent in English is an asset, of course. And if during the daily business, English should be preferred because you are international. I don't think it would create a problem. But of course, trying to learn Turkish would help you get results faster. But I don't see it as a showstopper, as far as I know. So it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, that's great. And what do you think? What will happen after the corona?
After the corona, and I feel that we are in a stage closer to after the corona as of this week, because when I went out the other day, everywhere was packed with people. So I think we are after corona now. I'm not sure. The curfew for this weekend was set and then now canceled. So
yeah,
if you're asking about social life, of course, we will be cautious. But I feel that we have to be a little bit courageous because everybody now, including myself, my family, we are a little bit afraid to go out or to socialize. But I think we need to give it a chance. Of course, we will have our precautions at work, at home, everywhere. We will continue to be cautious with the masks, with the sanitizing, everything. But we need to give it a chance. And we see that our customers, everybody is in that mode as well. They started coming to showrooms. They started bringing their cars to the services. So I think we are easing up. We are on a good track. And I think we handled the crisis in terms of health. Of course, there are many points that can be criticized. As always, you can criticize everything. But I think we are on a good track. I can see that business. I think will be good. We can see the signs of it because there's when you look at automotive, for example, there's a delayed demand. even from the end of last year. So there are lots of people who are looking for opportunities to buy new cars. If they are not heavily impacted from the coronavirus in their businesses or in their work, of course, for example, tourism or food and beverage industry, restaurants, the service industry may be hit harder. But of course, there are also other people who are willing to buy cars still. If there won't be an economic crisis and we don't see a sign, of course, there are lots of risks around it. As always, but in Turkey we are prone to crisis. We know how to deal with crisis, economic crisis especially. We know how the cycle works. So as businesses, we are patient during the crisis, but we see that a big potential for the rest of the year in terms of business. And I hopefully for our personal lives, we will stay healthy and we will go through it.
I hope so. And for example, if like because of the coronavirus and everything, if you wanna feel like more safer, it's better to go in a car, not in a bus or in a metro. So maybe like even if you don't have like the full money to buy a car, you can buy installment.
Yeah, exactly. You are very right, Yusuf, because now we see that trend. Many people are resigning from using public transit in these days. They want to have their personal cars. In the automotive industry, car sharing or renting cars, daily rental, for example, was big. We had big potential. Many companies started investing in car sharing as well. But now, after the crisis, some people will not prefer that. They will try to own their own cars for their personal use, or maybe long-term rental, not short-term rental or sharing the cars with other people. That will be a trend, and we are adjusting ourselves accordingly. We have a rental company as well. So when you decide to have a BMW, you can buy it, you can finance it, and through a bank loan, or you can rent it for the period that you like. We do not do short term like daily, but you can do a shorter contract starting with a year or so, and then you can rent BMWs from our company. We have that service. So it will depend on the customer's requests and needs, but we are ready in the end.
Well, it's really like a wonderful information and helpful. And thank you so much for your precious time. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you very much for having me. It's always a pleasure. So whenever you need me, you know how to find me. Contact me. If there's anything I can help to you or to your friends, fellow students at your university, please just give me a shout, and I will do my best to help you out with anything.
Yeah, thank you so much. And it's our pleasure to have you.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thanks. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.